Well, that leads us perfectly to the next order of business, because this is not a show where we merely point out the issues. This is a show where we solve the problems. Mike Tannenbaum, what can Jerry Jones do right now to address what Lewis just said?
Odell Beckham Jr. He is by far the best football player on the planet who's a free agent, who is also coming off of an ACL. But when he was healthy, he was the best player on the field in the Super Bowl, and by far the best player that's available. So I agree with what Lewis said. Jalen Tolbert's a nice player, but it's going to take some time. Go get OBJ right now. Have him rehab as a Cowboy, learn the offense, so whenever he's ready to go, he can hit the ground running. And obviously, you're going to be competing with the Rams, maybe the Packers, Greeny. So there's a sense of urgency. You're in Oxnard. Just go down the street, Jerry, take your big Cowboy bus, get him on, have a ham and turkey sandwich, and get the deal done, because you got some competition to get him signed.
You know, you always like to state the food that you'd be serving, and it used to be chicken parmesan, and now it's a ham and turkey sandwich. I'm not sure if that just sort of spilled out of your mouth accidentally, but if so, you're mixing a couple of luncheon meats there that I'm not sure should go together.
Yeah, man.
I'm so excited to get him signed. You know,
Yeah.
I can tell you the restaurant in the New York area and what jet we signed where, and, you know, Rex will tell you about snacks as well, Greeny, but whatever it would take to get Odell signed, whatever he likes to eat, that's what we're having for lunch.
What do you think? Damian Woody, you just pointed out all the issues. If they signed Odell Beckham Jr. in Dallas, would that solve your problems?
I mean, immediately, no, it wouldn't. I mean, he's still rehabbing, but, like Mike Tannenbaum talked about, OBJ was the best player on the field in the Super Bowl before the injury. So if you could get another veteran presence like Odell Beckham Jr. in the building, rehab, I would love, if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I would love that addition onto my roster, another established veteran guy.
Hey, Darlington, I feel like Odell Beckham is a name I haven't heard in quite some time here, and it's a name we're going to start hearing, I would assume, at some point soon. What do we think we know?
Odell is maintaining patience. He knows that he has to continue to recover from this ACL. And by the way, who wouldn't love to find out who's a contender before they sign with the team? He's in a really good situation. The confounding part here for me when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys is the fact that they had Amari Cooper on their roster and traded him because he was too expensive, and now he's considered a bargain, and they're going to have to pay Odell Beckham Jr. more money than they would have Amari Cooper. So this feels a little bit foolish.
Lewis, go.
Yeah, look, man, I think they are in a hell of a bind, Greeny. I really do. Because, look, Odell, we don't know what his status is. We don't know when he's going to be available as well. Plus, Michael Gallup's coming off an ACL. So, look, we don't know when these guys are even going to be available. They have to play games in September. They're going to have to line up and play games. Mm-hmm. And they've got one legit wide receiver. One. And they have an offensive line that they're trying to remake right now that we have seen in the past has had a tough time staying healthy. They're trying to develop a young offensive guard now who was an offensive tackle in college, only played 2 snaps of guard as their first-round pick in Tyler Smith. I mean, there's a lot of questions for this football team that we just said. I believe Damian Woody just said there's more pressure on Dak Prescott than Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl. How's he going to do that? How's he going to do that without having somebody to throw the football to? We know they're going to have to put the ball up in order to move the football consistently and deal with the high-profile offenses, even in the NFC, let alone the AFC if they even got to a Super Bowl. This is a tough problem for them. And, Jeff, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. They had a solution that cost them too much, wasn't necessarily giving them the return on investment that they needed, and now they're stuck.
So, D. Wood, let's live in that world for a minute here, okay? Let's live in a world where the differentiation between the Cowboys and the Eagles, I used these numbers last week. Pro Football Focus ranks these teams' rosters. They rank the Philadelphia Eagles as having the 7th best roster in the entire National Football League. The big question is the quarterback. If some of the answers on Jalen Hurts come back yes, who's the team to beat in that division right now? The Eagles or the Cowboys? D. Wood.
I've already picked the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East. I feel like Jalen Hurts is, combined with the moves that they made this offseason, obviously trading for A.J. Brown, a star wide receiver on the outside, reliable guy that you can, throw the ball to in crunch time, and Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith. Like, you got a bunch of weapons on that offense. I think Jalen Hurts is more than capable of elevating his game. And I just see a lot of weaknesses when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, especially the moves that, some of the losses that they've sustained, whether it be the offseason and the start of training camp. So I'm with the Philadelphia Eagles winning the NFC East this year.
Why are you shaking your head at that, Tannenbaum?
Because James Washington wasn't exactly Jerry Rice. Look, they have a concern at receiver, but they have a month to figure it out, right? They have a month to get it done. It's not like getting an offensive lineman, D-Wood, right, where you have to go get those guys early and overpay them. So, they have plenty of time to get another receiver. And I just think Dak Prescott's a much better football player than Jalen Hurts.
All right, fair enough. Well,
Mike,
Lewis, give us a final quick word. Go.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, you know what, Mike? I believe. Look, I subscribe to the same theory. They're not playing games tomorrow. They still have the whole month of August. But quite honestly, where are they going to go? What wide receiver are they going to get? They have a month to kind of figure it out. But what are the options? And really, we just don't even know when Odell's going to be ready. So I think either way, I think Dallas is in a bad spot, man.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.